When I picture financial planner, I picture somebody in a nice suit, very serious, maybe even carrying a briefcase, knowing the data, knowing the numbers, having very serious YouTube videos about Dow Jones and ups and downs and things. But that's not at all what Valerie is. When you meet her, you're going to see a former school teacher who grows her business off of referrals. She talks to others with trustworthiness. She educates. There's a lot of things that I did not anticipate from a financial planner. So as you talk to her today, we're going to see the different strategies she uses to get referrals, to follow up with people, and some systems that are I never thought would have worked, but seem to be working for her. So let's sit down, let's meet Valerie, and see how her marketing in the financial space is different than most you'd expect. This is the place to be part of the Live Local marketing community. You know that as a business owner, you take on many roles and balance an active schedule. This podcast focuses on honing in on your marketing skills and helping you have more fun and less stress in your business as we interview your peers and see how they are succeeding in marketing. Now, on to the show. Thanks for joining us for the Live Local Business Owners Podcast. Today, we're with Miss Valerie. Ma'am, how are we feeling today?
Like $1 million.
Like $1 million, which is good because that's the space you're in. So let's tell the audience and tell them about what you do and how you want them to see you throughout the episode.
Okay. So I'm a former elementary teacher, taught all subjects except financial literacy. And when I got out of teaching, I continued teaching, and now I teach financial literacy. I teach people the love and joy and thrill of taking care of their money and growing it.
That's why you feel like $1 million. That's perfect. Right. It's appropriate right there. There you go. Okay, ma'am, are we ready for the questions?
Yes, please.
I love the enthusiasm. It's good. Let's start by talking to us about your daily routine. I love these questions. I'm fascinated by them.
Well, my daily routine seems to go on for years every day. It's a long time. But I get up in the morning, I put both feet flat on the floor, and I say thank you. And then I go straight to the bathroom because I have to. Yeah. And then I go straight to the kitchen for my coffee because I don't have to, but I want to. And then I go to my Bible and I dig into that for a little bit. And then I go to my bank account in the computer and check my bank statement and make sure I justify all of that. And then I get on my podcast that starts at 6 a.m. I have a networking group at 6 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. And then it's going to take me all day to tell you what I do all day. So what else?
Let's do highlights.
Okay. So I go through my back office and make a list of things in my gratitude journal of what I am thankful for and what I need to be doing today. And then I get busy doing that.
That's really good. So you spend a lot of time reflecting, it seems like. It seems like you do a lot more like introvert, like thinking about things, then taking action after you've had a chance to think about it. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think so. Just because my mind is ADD, and sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I think, oh, I got to do that. I got to do that. And so I'm never relaxed, just relaxing. I'm only relaxed when I've thought through carefully what I need to do and then do it. That's kind of how I roll.
So the podcast, I want to ask about that too. Can you do a shameless plug? What's the name of it? Where can people find it?
Oh, actually, it's not a podcast. It's just a networking group. It's a meeting.
Go ahead.
A networking meeting. And it's every single day, Monday through Friday. It's a kick. It's a good gig.
Nice. That is awesome.
Anyone who wants to be invited, they can get on my calendar and www.calendly.com/Valerie Smith. And that's their invitation to come and join us.
There you go. That's the plug. That's what I'm looking for. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to move into the next phase. Because you do so much introversion, you did so much thinking about it. Talk to us about some of the stressful things that you experience throughout the day and how you handle them. A quick break before we get to that next answer, because I know that answer is going to be brilliant, which is why I chose this moment to interrupt. If you love what you're seeing and you want to run your business off of warm marketing referrals, visit our website, livelocalwarmmarketing.com. It's got valuable resources, office hours, memberships, the book, an array of resources to help you get rid of cold calls, cold leads, door knocking, and run a business you can be proud of through referrals and warm marketing. Now, back to the show.
I try to handle the stress of appointment cancellations because they're not exactly fun. And so I do reminders. I do text and email and voicemail. And if it's on LinkedIn, I give them a little message on LinkedIn. My biggest stress, I think, is cancellations.
Do you ever follow up, or are they dead to you once they cancel?
I love them and leave them. No, just kidding. Just no, I do follow up and I say, I missed you for our meeting at 3 yesterday. Are you all right? And I do that a couple of times and then I dismiss them from the class.
Oh, so if, like, let's say they ignore you 3 more times, that's it.
If they ignore me 2 total, that's it. But I come back to them 6 to 12 months later, which is what I did this morning or yesterday morning with this girl in Louisiana. And now she's going to she scheduled herself an appointment with me for tomorrow. And I started working with her in 2023.
Holy cow. All right. So how do you stay organized? Do you have a CRM? What do you do to be that organized?
My CRM isn't too, it's not called that. It's just called my Google Calendar. And I go back and scrub through my Google Calendar.
Really? That's impressive.
Yeah, because it's got everything in there. And I always calendar everything. So I don't just write myself a note and say I need to call Rebecca. I put it in my calendar, call Rebecca. And so everything is documented in the calendar.
Wow. Oh, but I mean, it actually got CRM. That's pretty interesting that you use your calendar for everything. That's pretty cool. All right. So let's talk about the young lady from Louisiana. Is she your perfect client? Like, talk to us about what your ideal client is, who you enjoy working with the most.
Wow. That's a hard one. There's so many different types of perfect.
Yeah.
So, she's just a nice girl and she's divorced and has had all kinds of financial strife. In between 2023 and now, she opened up a preschool and now it is closed. And now it is closed. And so I'm eager to learn what she's doing when I talk with her tomorrow.
So when you sit down with people, you get a lot of the story, you get a lot of background, and you want to hear everything about them. Is that how? Okay. All right.
I don't necessarily want to hear it all, but you know how it is. Sometimes you do anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, it's important to know their financials if you know who they are and what they've been through and so forth, right?
Right. We do a complimentary, cost-free, judge-free financial needs analysis with them and for them. And that helps us it helps me to help her find money that she has that she doesn't realize she has. Oftentimes that money sneaks out the back door of their house, getting spent on things that aren't serving them.
Yeah. And then you find, all right, so do you try to get it put into funds and things, or do you have them just save it? Like, what is the strategy usually?
Of the whole document, it's saved. And then we're able to ask, excuse me.
You're just like, hold on, go ahead.
I'm having a pollen moment. So we're able to.
Glass of water?
Yeah, would you get me one, please?
Yeah. We'll put you back at
we're able to see all their resources, and we're able to see that some money could be allocated differently, instead of Starbucks, but thing of Folgers at home. We don't judge it. We don't even say it out loud. We just show the document to them and ask them if there's anything they could change in order to find more money. And then we make recommendations and we hopefully get them into some kind of a investment strategy that serves their needs and serves their goals and dreams.
Yep, that makes sense. That's really good because sometimes you need somebody from the outside looking in to tell them. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so in your space, there's lots of financial planners, and it seems like I'm bumping into more and more financial coaches. How do you brand yourself to make yourself stand out, and how do you decide that was going to be your brand?
My brand is Wealth with Valor. And so my name is Valorie, spelled with an O. And I told my parents years and years and years ago that they misspelled my name. And they said, no, that's the original way. And I just always wanted to be a Tammy or a Debbie or a Cindy or something. And I wasn't. And my dad, who had been in the service, said, do you know what your name means? And I said, no, what? And he said, it means courage. And I went, oh, so I like my name now. Okay, so then when I was given the opportunity to revamp my finances years and years ago when I was a teacher, and it was just so enlightening and so exciting and refreshing to receive that information and learn how to do and build and grow wealth, I realized, well, it takes some guts, it takes some courage, and it oftentimes takes another warm body to provide the support and the knowledge and all of that. So that's why I called it Wealth with Valor, because people don't do it because they don't know how. They don't know where to start. The people that have money know that they need to go to Edward Jones or someplace like that, or if they grew up knowing that. But 80% of people do not know these things, and there are only 17 states in the country that require financial education in order to graduate high school. So there's definitely a need. Definitely a need. So Wealth with Valor, Wealth with Valor is the word of the day with me for helping people.
So you have the courage and you have the teaching background, and they go hand in hand, it seems like.
They do, whether my clients want it or not. And I often catch myself sounding like I'm talking to fifth graders, and I always apologize for it.
No, that's awesome. That is amazing. Okay, so talk to us about, it seems like you have a nice little routine, you have calendars and things. Talk to us about something repetitive that you do that moves the needle and is effective, but it's kind of boring.
The following up is, and the dripping in, the dripping in, and even just saying hi. I just joined this greeting card company that goes nicely hand in hand with my business. So I can send them cards to appreciate them or to give them their birthday, and because I can't just sell a policy and then forget about them for the rest of their lives. I need to really love them all throughout that journey.
As a teacher with that background, there's no way you could just give up on people. It doesn't seem like that's you at all.
Thank you. No, I really don't. I'm too stubborn to give up.
So you had the calendar. You're using that for all these follow-ups. So you're using the emails. Everything is based out of your Google Calendar. Is that correct?
Pretty much. I mean, I have dozens of notebooks in my own longhand that I use too. And every once in a while, I'm scrubbing through emails and I'm seeing someone's name that just flashes in front of me. But my Google Calendar really seems to be the dependable go-to for me. And I wish I'd have known of it. I didn't even start Google Calendar until 2022. So how I was keeping track before that, I do not know.
Did you have a physical calendar, like an actual calendar?
Come to think of it, I don't.
Everything's Google Calendar. That is really impressive. So you just you get up in the morning, or when you do your routine and you have your meditation and you do all the things, then you start jumping in your calendar and just start, who do I need to follow up with today? Who have I talked to in a while, and do it that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I contact them. And so there's a lot of time taken just with contacting. Oh, and I also do LinkedIn. I do LinkedIn for about 45 minutes to an hour every morning as well. And I make connections there, and I put my calendar link in there. Would you be open to a conversation? Here's my calendar if you'd like to meet. And that works rather nicely. I do that every day. And I
You just
post every
hit
day.
up post every day. Do you just hit up strangers or people you know? Like, how does that work?
I hit up strangers and I'm getting away with it. So far, I haven't
Amazing.
been kicked off. I just make sure I'm nice, and
Mhm.
I see in LinkedIn that they're checking up on me on my posts and on uh, my profile.
Yeah.
And I did have one young man who goes to college tell me that my posts were idiotic, and
Oh,
I prayed for him.
you gotta let it slide. Just gotta let it go. You're gonna get some of those every once in a while. People with
Mhm.
free time.
They said
All
be
right. So
authentic with yourself.
yeah, it's true. You gotta be yourself. So all right, so as you're coming up with following up with people and you're making these connections and you're sending in cards, do you ever grab reviews or get reviews from people? Like, what role does that play in your business?
You know what, Billy? I want to do that, and I don't know how.
Oh, you don't do follow-ups? So you're just fully word of mouth. You don't have other people. Like some people have to say, "Hey, listen, you got to talk to Valerie. She's amazing." That has to be
Oh,
happening for
oh,
you.
oh, I see. I thought you meant are there reviews being shown on Facebook or
Well, that too. You
LinkedIn?
should be doing that too.
Yeah, I am doing that. I am doing
Okay, good.
social media.
Cool.
Yes.
So do you ever
Um,
have like people like do any shout outs for you or fill out a Google review or do any of those types of things? Or you're just word of mouth?
thank you for the idea. I think I'll try that.
It's a
I
great way
gotta
to grow pretty fast too, especially with somebody who's kind as you are and is helpful and so forth. It's definitely something that you could be doing. So that's fascinating though that you're just working basically off of like people telling each other go work with Valerie. That's an amazing way to run a business. That's and it's working for you. That's pretty incredible.
Well, thank you, but I think what you just mentioned is I'm really missing out on the other part.
Not on
And
purpose. We just accidentally came across it today. That's amazing. And you know what though? I hope that really makes your business better. Like you get a couple of reviews and people to fill those things out. Like it's going to really make a big impact for you.
well, thank you. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And by the way, I need to correct you on something. I'm not always
Oh, do it.
kind. There were two times in my life that I wasn't kind, and I was giving birth to my daughters, and I
Oh,
I
well, yeah.
wasn't.
You get a free pass on those. Yeah, definitely
That
get a pass. All right. So, all right. So, speaking of referrals, speaking of people, like who have you found is your best referral person? Like somebody who's given you the best and the most meaningful referrals. Can you remember a time or a person who's really been there for you?
I did Aflac insurance for 12 years, and I built up a
Okay.
lot of clientele in Aflac. And my Aflac, and I still have those people as clients that are still policy
Mm,
holders.
that's awesome.
And so they talk to each other and say, "Oh,
Mm.
remember Valerie does that," or so. I depend on that. I depend on that, and then I also when I'm sending my cards out to people, I say, if you can think of anybody that might appreciate some service, send them my way.
Did your teaching background, do you ever bump into old students or anything of that nature as well?
My old my well, that ages me, and no, because I'm in South Carolina now, and they're heaven only knows what.
Mm,
There's one boy I still talk to on Facebook, and he's married with children, and I had him in my class when he was 10.
and he's 10. That's pretty awesome. So, I mean, so you weren't teaching in the Carolina area. You were teaching in a different area. Yeah.
Yes, I started in Utah, and I taught in California, and I taught in Idaho, and I also taught in Catholic, both public and Catholic school.
So let me ask you this then. With your business, you can be out of state and help people in other areas. It doesn't have to be South Carolina. Is that correct? People, as long as they have money, you can help them.
Oh, absolutely. And thank goodness for Zoom and DocuSign. I,
Mm.
I mean, I would have gone broke a long time ago if I was depending on just South Carolina. Because when we moved here, we were just like the pollen that was laying on the ground. We knew
Mhm.
nobody except our
Oh,
realtor. That was it. And my husband's retired. And we don't play golf anymore. He has a bad leg. So it's been slow meeting people in South Carolina, even though we love it here.
Was your realtor a decent referral partner?
That's an ongoing.
That's great.
So uh, our realtor, she kind of just dabbles in real estate. I don't know how we got her, but our next door neighbor lady is a realtor, and she's a worker, and I'm going to tap into her more.
Yeah, that's be a nice referral partner. It seems like you have like a plan. You kind of know who you're looking for. You're able to make connections out of state, which is really amazing too. And you're doing the whole thing through Google Calendar, which is really impressive. But it looks like your teaching background and your kindness really resonates with people and really attracts people to trust you, which is really important for your industry with the finances. So let's tell people where they can find you and how they can book a meeting if they want to have a chat with you.
Okay, they can find me on LinkedIn, Valerie spelled with an O. They can also book a meeting with me on my calendar link, which is www.calendly.com/Valerie Smith. They can also reach me by phone, 503-793-8216. I'm one of those weirdos that answers my phone and returns calls. And they can, let's see, Facebook, Messenger, all the usual things. But I also have that website www.wealthwithvalor.com.
Okay, that's awesome. We'll even put those in the show notes and stuff as well, so it makes it easier for people to find it and click on things. And we appreciate you because you're in an industry that really takes a lot of time and a lot of trust to build up a business. And so your persistence and your valor has been really impressive, and we appreciate all your insights here today.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be on here. Thank you.